Alright, so I'm probably a little late to the party here. But I found something that I thought was pretty cool. I wanted to share it with everybody, so let me show you what I got. Alright, so this is going to come in a little bit weird on the phone, trying to run a video on the computer. But this is called Space Stick Driver Console. So basically, I have my old iPad Mini 4, I think is what it is, hooked up as a second screen. As you can see, here's my mouse, and then come over here. Let's see, I gotta figure out where it's at. Up, down, there it is. It's over to the right side of the screen, and then you can see I got the mouse over here. Now, this comes in handy for me when I'm doing video editing or any kind of multitask kind of thing. If I'm doing design work or whatever, sometimes it's helpful to look at a picture over here while I'm working with something over here, or I flop it back and forth, whatever. So that was pretty cool. And then I created a 3D stand for this off of a file that I found. I don't remember exactly where. Okay, and then I 3D printed this case. Turned out pretty good. Tried to deal with the screws that they give you to print. They didn't print so well. They're not very tight. So I come up with this little spacer that I made. And it kind of works pretty good. Basically, you just add your space in there. You can adjust it with that little screw. Push it down there, and it holds everything pretty well in place at that position. So that's the position I wanted the iPad to be at. And obviously, this isn't made for this iPad here. It's a little bit big, but I'm not using the camera or anything there. I'm just using it as a stand, so I figured that would work really well for me. So yeah, this is a good way to use your iPad as at least a second screen, and kind of go from there. So you can disconnect it from here, goes right back to the iPad, and then over here, when you do that, the Space Stick driver thing pops up here. And I'm terrible at showing this here, and it shows you that you got like different connections and things like that. So I thought that was pretty cool, and the fact that I found a decent little case that I like, which I'm kind of picky. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So always save your old tablets and things like that, man. You never know what you're going to need them for. For me, I mean, I could hook up several of these and it would be fine, which I may end up doing. I don't know. What do you guys think?